What was the process of like coming out in the community in Cranford like for you? I mean, because obviously a lot of people knew you from radio, et cetera. Like, what was that experience of this community like?
It was also amazing.
Yeah.
It actually happened before I knew I was going to socially transition.
Yeah.
There was a community meeting for an equity and inclusivity initiative that was happening, and it was taking place at the community center in town. And I had thought that maybe this would be an evening where I would share this because I wanted to stand up publicly and say to the world that I was trans.
Yeah.
Because I was seeing so many negative things that were happening around the country. And I felt it was important to do that. But before I made the decision to actually say something, I wanted to have the temperature of the room taken and see if was this going to feel like a safe place. And it did. Near the end of the evening, I went to the moderator and said, could I have a few minutes to talk? And they said yes. There were some people in the room who already knew that I had confided in. And they were sitting behind me and to my right. And I started to share when near the end of that meeting and telling people that I was trans and that I'd always felt like this. And it was the most difficult thing I've ever had to do in terms of public speaking. I could hardly get the words out. My voice was breaking. I was on the verge of tears. My friends putting their hands on my shoulders and my arm to just give me strength for that. And I wasn't sure what was going to happen after that. And what did happen, again, just amazed me. I got emails, texts, notes from the mayor, the police chief, the superintendent of schools, all these people saying, we've got your back, we support you. It was at that moment that I said, I am not leaving Cranford as long as I can stay here because this community has done so much. And I think in retrospect, I certainly didn't start my Cranford Radio podcast with this in mind. But the fact that I had interviewed all of these officials from town, I think made it easier because they already had a personal relationship with me. They knew who I was. So that visibility was so important in terms of that acceptance, I think.